Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
I've heard the experts, not just average Joes, say it was the worst call ever. It was the worst result of a call ever. The call would have been a great one if we catch it. It would have been just fine and nobody would have thought twice about it.
They made a mockery of me.
Did you catch any hell on the backside of that from the NFL? That seems like something Goodell would not love.
You know, I caught a lot of hell from that.
They weren't happy with you?
No, fuck no.
Do you think that had to do with not giving you the ball on the 1 yard line?
I don't know. You think they would have been able to turn some shit around that quick?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, because there's a chance that happens. Then all of a sudden the hero of the Super Bowl could have been, and they're like, excuse me, do not give him the ball. Right
you think it was like that Wild Wings commercial?
Is that where they hit the button?
They hit the button. Hey, can we keep this game going a little longer? We need overtime and shit. I don't know. But if it's somebody that could pull it off, I would think it would be the NFL that could.
This spectacle or stupidity of a play has been hotly debated and argued over the years. But what if I told you that the Seattle Seahawks were never going to win this game? What if I told you I had proof using a spiritually based numerical system called Gematria mapping the outcome of this game? So when you hear John Cena say,
"It's time to take a look at yourself, sports, and realize that you're more like the WWE than you have ever imagined,"
maybe we should listen to what he's actually saying. Hello, and welcome to Sports Vaults, presented by D.A.T.A. Productions, uncovering the untold, lost, and forgotten files of the sports world. Gematria is a numerological system by which Hebrew letters correspond to numbers, but we will be utilizing the English alphabet for our decoding today. So, in simple terms, ABC equals 1, 2, 3. This system, developed by practitioners of Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, derived from Greek influence, and became a tool for interpreting biblical texts. One can then calculate the numerical value of a word by adding together the values of each letter in it. In the realm of biblical interpretation, commentators based an argument on numerological equivalence of words. If a word's numerical value equals that of another word, a commentator might draw a connection between these two words and the verses in which they appear and use this to prove a larger conceptual conclusion. Gematria is essential to Kabbalah, the Jewish mystical tradition. The very basis of the Kabbalistic cosmological system rests on the beliefs that God created the universe through letters, numbers, and words. Indeed, the many names of God and their permutations in Kabbalah have numerical values that are believed to contain potent power. And for numerology, it is a study of numbers in your life. You can uncover information about the world and also each individual person by using numerology. Numerology is seen as a universal language of numbers. So when you add Gematria and numerology together, you have a powerful combination of occult knowledge to work with while breaking down games. There are many different ciphers one can use, but the top 4 we will be using are the English ordinal, ABC equals 1, 2, 3, its reverse, where Z equals 1 and A equals 26. Then we have the pure English reduction ciphers, or otherwise called the Pythagorean cipher, which is A equals 1 all the way to I equals 9. Then it resets at J equaling 1, K equals 2, and so on, and then it's reverse. So how I can make these calculations really quick and really easy is going to gematrianator.com. It has all the different ciphers you can use. It starts with the top 4 ciphers that we primarily will use on this page, but it can get even deeper with that, with other ciphers. So go check this out once you want to do your own research. Or you can have the Gematria calculator on the app. Again, that's from Zachary K. Hubbard. That will help you with your research as well. This may be confusing at first, but this is a systematic code that was created thousands of years ago. And to put it bluntly, religion is a major part of our world. The elite ruling class have been using sport since the Roman times to cast spells and captivate the population. If you watch my Uncut Gems movie breakdown, I get into it a bit more, but do your own research and come to your own conclusions after doing your own research, because this is what I have done. But let's get to the game. The New England Patriots' next Super Bowl win would come in Super Bowl 49, which was the 45th Super Bowl of the modern era. The AFL and NFL had not merged until the 5th iteration of the Super Bowl, which began the modern era of the NFL. Fittingly, the Patriots defeated the team from Washington State, the Seattle Seahawks, a state summing to 49 in reduction gematria. Better yet, the Tom Brady-led Patriots improved to 4-2 in Super Bowls, and Washington is the 42nd state in order of statehood. Plus, Seahawks sums to 42 in reduction, when S is counted for 10. The game came down to the goal line. You could not script a better position to be in for entertainment purposes. It ended with the Seattle Seahawks choosing to throw the ball at the 1-yard line for the first time all season, instead of running the ball as they had done with great success for the entire year. Marshawn Lynch was in the backfield, possibly the most powerful runner in the history of the game. Plus, he already had 102 yards rushing on the day. It should have been a no-brainer to give the ball to him, especially since it was only second down. But of course, the decision to throw the ball was part of the script, meant to mock the fans and help the Patriots secure their predetermined outcome. If you go back and look at the box score, you'll see that Russell Wilson's 21st pass of the game, which was intercepted by number 21 of the Patriots, on the down 2nd and 1 on the date February 1st or 2/1. Russell Wilson had 2 interceptions to 1 interception, 21. Now, what I'm about to bring up, many skeptics will think this is a stretch, but in reality is not that far-fetched. If you look at the time clock, Malcolm Butler should be officially down at 21 seconds. They allow an extra second to move off to 20, but he was officially down at 21 seconds. Another 21. Again, skeptics might think I'm stretching, but I don't think so. Also, like I mentioned, Marshawn Lynch had 102 yards rushing on the day. In gematria, 0 is literally just a placeholder, so you could take that 0 away, and you can see Marshawn having 1 and 2. Fittingly, when you write out 21 as a word, it has reduction and Chaldean gematria of 42. Tom Brady had 4 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, 42. Consider this Super Bowl was also predicted by the Madden video game before the season even began, with the Patriots beating the Seahawks 28-24, which ended up being the exact same score of the game. The media hailed the prediction as a miracle, but we know that's not the case. Seahawks summed to 24 in reduction gematria, the score they lost with. Consider the year prior, the Seahawks had won Super Bowl 48 with 43 points. This was funny because Seahawks sums to 48 in reverse reduction, and Seattle Seahawks sums to 43 in reduction. We must remember sports entertainment is simply entertainment, so it all connects. And I say this because number 21 of the Patriots, Malcolm Butler, who made the game-winning interception, would attend the Grammys just after the Super Bowl, where he would intercept an award, then read the winner for Best Album of the Year.
Grammy goes to...
Once again, another interception by Malcolm.
That winner was Beck, a name summing to 21 in ordinal gematria, who had put out his 12th studio album. Further, the ESPY's ESPN Awards show ceremony after Super Bowl 49 would begin with a joke about how the Seahawks could have been Super Bowl champions if only they had handed the ball off to Lynch. Not by coincidence. ESPY sums to 21 in reduction gematria. If you haven't noticed by now, 12, 21, 24, and 42 were major number combinations for this Super Bowl. If you think all these correlating numbers don't mean something, I feel sorry for your naive outlook. You're just not seeing the picture. As the old saying goes, numbers don't lie. Adding to the mockery, the next year, the ESPYs would begin with WWE star John Cena, explaining how all pro sports were no different than the rigged and scripted professional wrestling. Sadly for America, few people understood the joke. Let's run the full speech.
It's time to take a look at yourself, sports. and realize that you're more like the WWE than you have ever imagined. I'm going to start with the NBA. Cleveland won something. That's actually impossible. There is no way that that wasn't scripted. Especially when you look at the whole story. Okay, LeBron. You used to be a good guy, and then you turned into a bad guy, and now you're a good guy again? And you left the NBA hanging. What are they going to do when they don't have a bad guy? Exactly what we do. They're going to make a new one. My hat's off to football, though. They build characters. Odell Beckham Jr. Hell, he already looks like a WWE superstar. He is one parrot away from being Coco Beware. But I will admit, here is the one place that the WWE has you beat, the one thing we have that you don't. Vince McMahon. A maniacal billionaire pulling the strings behind the scenes who uses every trick in the book to manipulate things to his advantage any way he can. Something like that, that is way too crazy for real sports. Or maybe we have more in common than you think.
There you have it. I just broke down one of the biggest sports moments in history. Fans on both sides still recall this debacle like it was yesterday. But with this knowledge, anyone can see how it's scripted for viewing pleasure. What's your take on this topic? Do you think the Malcolm Butler interception was scripted? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Like and subscribe for more investigation content like this. This was Sports Vaults, presented by D.A.T.A Productions. See you next time.